Today on Inquirer, PNP says suspects in Degamo slay case that are still at large may also be former army personnel. Chinese embassy warns the Philippines against opening up additional sites under its enhanced defense cooperation agreement with the US. President Bongbong Marcos admits not finishing special diploma from UA&P.
We're studying economics actually, Asia Pacific. But pareho kaming hindi nagtapos.
And House Bill seeks 750 peso pay hike for private sector workers. Good evening. Philippine National Police Chief Rodolfo Azurin Jr. says the suspects in the killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo that are still at large could also be former personnel of the Philippine Army. To tell us more, here's Denisa Fernandez reporting live. Denisa, what's the latest on this case?
Yes, Neil, PNP Chief General Rodolfo Azurin said the suspects at large may be former Army personnel based on the testimony of arrested suspects who are former members of the Philippine Army. Azurin noted that personalities earlier arrested were former Army members and were part of a group that was dismissed and went on absent without leave. PNP spokesperson Jean Fajardo, on the other hand, said the police force is on the lookout for 12 more suspects. 4 of the alleged gunmen, Joric Labrador, Joven Javier, Benji Rodriguez, and Osmundo Rivero, all former Army soldiers, were arrested and charged with multiple murder, multiple frustrated murder, and illegal possession of firearms. The 5th suspect was fatally shot and has not yet been identified. Meanwhile, the 5 policemen who are part of the security detail of Degamo must explain their absence on the day he was killed, Azurin said. 5 out of the 6 police escorts of Degamo did not show up for duty on March 4, the day when a group of armed men killed the governor and 8 others, which House Speaker Martin Romualdez called highly suspicious. Usually, the duty schedule of the security detail is a rotation, and the 5 security personnel of Degamo should not be absent at the same time, according to Azurin. He, however, also noted that the police security detail was chosen by Degamo himself. As to their whereabouts, Azurin said the security detail has been accounted for. Degamo and 8 of his provincial staff and constituents were killed, while 16 others, including 3 provincial officials, were wounded in a gun attack in the governor's residence in Pamplona town on March 4.
That's Denisa Fernandez reporting live. Negros Oriental Representative Arnolfo Teves Jr. is ready to return to the Philippines and face allegations that he was behind the brazen killing of Governor Roel Degamo, but his legal team says that the security of the congressman and his family needs to be ensured first. During the weekly Pandesal Forum, Teves' counsel emphasized that the security of the lawmaker and his family is now a big concern following recent developments related to the case. Attorney Ferdinand Topacio, one of Teves' counsels, says that the rights of his client and the people associated with the congressman were trampled upon.
Oh, definitely he intends to return to clear his name. However, in light of recent developments where the rights, not only of Congressman Teves, but of others associated with him, were trampled upon, may malaking concern na sa security niya.
According to Topacio, Teves is still in the United States for a stem cell procedure. To recall, Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez earlier urged Teves to return to the Philippines to respond to the allegations, noting that the Negros Oriental representative's authority to travel to the United States was only valid from February 28 to March 9. Meanwhile, Topacio also responds to the raid conducted by the PNP Criminal Investigation and Detection Group in 3 of Teves' properties, where the police said several firearms and assorted ammunition were confiscated. Topacio asserts that the application and implementation of the search warrant was, quote, highly illegal and irregular, claiming that the firearms seized from the congressman's properties were planted. He also says naming Teves as a mastermind in the Degamo slay was done prematurely and with no basis. President Bongbong Marcos reveals that he did not finish his special diploma course in economics at the University of Asia and the Pacific in Pasig City. President Marcos made the revelation during the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency and National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP, in Malacanang. During his speech, Marcos acknowledged NGCP President and CEO Anthony Almeida, who was his classmate in UA&P.
And so I thank, of course, Anthony. Anthony is, is known to me because we were classmates together, studying. We were studying towards. We were studying economics actually, Asia Pacific. But pareho kaming hindi nagtapos. But I know him well, and I'm happy that he has taken the lead in this.
The president's educational credentials have been in question since the 2022 campaign period. His profile at the Senate claims that he earned a special diploma in social studies from Oxford University in England from 1975 to 1978 and enrolled at the Wharton School of Business for a Master of Business Administration in 1979. However, a group of Filipino students and alumni of Oxford University said Marcos did not get a degree from the university, saying the president only had a special diploma. However, Marcos insisted that what he took was a degree course, therefore he graduated from the university. The Chinese embassy in Manila warns the Philippines against opening up additional sites under its enhanced defense cooperation agreement with the U.S. government. In a statement, the Chinese embassy questions Washington's continued interest and strengthening of its military alliance with Manila through their 2014 agreement. The statement was issued in response to U.S. Ambassador to the Philippines Mary Kay Carlson's interview with GMA Network on Friday. Carlson said that the new Edca sites would enhance local authorities' ability to defend themselves and grow their economy. However, the Chinese embassy says that the United States keeps upgrading military cooperation with the Philippines for its own, quote, selfish geopolitical interests. It adds that the military alliance is supposedly an effort to encircle and contain China. This is despite the United States' claims that the Edca sites are intended to help disaster relief efforts and become a driver of local economy. The film Everything Everywhere All at Once dominates the 95th Academy Awards, winning 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. Our entertainment reporter Hannah Mallorca fills us in with the details. Hannah?
Yes, Neil, it is the culmination of the Oscar season and all eyes are on the celebrities who emerged victorious in the 95th Academy Awards at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles, California. Sweeping this year's Oscars is the multiverse film Everything Everywhere All at Once, which brought home 7 out of 11 trophies, including 1 for Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Directing, among others. Malaysian actress Michelle Yeoh, who won Best Actress, also made history as the first Asian woman to receive the coveted award. Ke Huy Quan and Jamie Lee Curtis also took home the Golden Statue for Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress. And the film likewise won in the Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Film Editing categories. Meanwhile, Brendan Fraser scored a sweet Hollywood comeback after winning Best Actor for his portrayal of a gay father in The Whale. German war epic All Quiet on the Western Front was the second biggest winner at the event, with 4 overall wins including Best International Feature Film, Best Original Score, Best Production Design, and Best Cinematography. Other highlights of the Oscars include Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, winning Best Animated Feature Film, and Women Talking Sarah Polley for Best Adapted Screenplay. Back to you, Neil.
Next on Inquirer Today. House Bill seeks 750 peso pay hike for private sector workers. And gasoline prices up, diesel and kerosene prices down on March 14. This is Inquirer Today. We'll be back shortly.
Last February 5 po, meron po kaming arkila. Ang guest po namin ay mga foreign mix po. Nagkakandak daw ng surgical mission sa Rio Tuba, Batara sa Palawan. Din po pagkababa namin sa kanila, kailangan ko pa rin talaga maglinis ng bus kasi may maraming basura. May napansin po akong isang medyas doon sa ilalim ng upuan. Tiningnan ko kung anong laman sa loob. Kasi akala ko, sabi ko baka pera to eh. Then pag tingin ko ang laman niya, hindi nga ako nagkamali. Kundi pera talaga. Pero hindi siya Philippine money, kundi US dollar po, dolyares. And then binilang ko po siya nasa 30 piraso po. Bali isang daan, isang piraso po. Bali nasa 3,000 US dollar po yung lahat, sir. Noong una ayaw niyang maniwala, pero pinakita ko sa kanya yun. Doon na siya na niwala na, sabi niya, dolyar nga. Sabi niya nga, baka fake daw. Kasi nakalagay lang sa medyas. Sabi ko, hindi, totoo to. Nakakita na rin kasi ako, sabi ko, ng US dollar eh. Wala akong duda no, na talagang sa mga guest namin yun kasi sila lang po yung pasahero namin that time eh. Naisip ko po na isauli po namin ang driver ko yung pera na yun kasi sabi ko malaki-laking halaga to. Saka isip ko kung siyempre kailangan din yun ng may-ari. Hindi lang po siya 5,000 sa 100 plus na po, 100 plus 1,000. Sabi ko sa driver ko, sabi ko kuya kailangan natin itong i-surrender. Nabalik na po sa totoong may-ari. Ito lang, February 11 po, meron silang Thanksgiving party. Pinapunta nila kami doon. Inibitahan kaming mag-dinner. Tapos after ng dinner po, ayun na, naisaulin na po namin sa totoong may-ari yung mga dolyaris na yon. Nasa harapan na po namin sila, ay siya. Grabe po yung yakap niya sa amin, tsaka pagsabi ng pasasalamat na naibalik sa kanya yung pera niya. Ang masasabi ko lang po sa mga kapwa ko nasa transport na wag po tayong magsasawang gumawa ng mabuti. Isipin na lang po natin yung pera naubos yan. Pwede natin kitain yan. Pero yung kagandaang loob po ay hindi mawawala sa isipan ng bawat isa.
Makabayan lawmakers in the House of Representatives propose a 750 peso across-the-board hike in the daily wage of private sector employees to help them cope with the high prices of commodities. Under House Bill number 7568, filed by Gabriela Party List Representative Arlene Brosas, Alliance of Concerned Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro, and Kabataan Party List Representative Raul Manuel, all employers in the private sector, whether agricultural or non-agricultural, shall pay a 750 peso across-the-board wage increase in the daily wage and salary rates of workers. This is regardless of employment status and position of workers and regardless of the industry classification and location of the enterprise. The bill also states that wage increases garnered from a collective bargaining agreement would not be credited as part of the 750 peso across-the-board wage hike. Companies are also not allowed to lay off employees, because of the implementation of the bill, should it be passed and signed into law. While this is the first time a 750 peso across-the-board wage hike has been proposed in the 19th Congress, there have been several calls for salary increases, given that headline inflation rates breached the 8% mark. peaking to 8.7% in January 2023. The pump prices of gasoline will increase, while those of diesel and kerosene will be rolled back on Tuesday, March 14. Gasoline prices will see an increase of 1 peso per liter. Meanwhile, diesel prices will be cut by 10 centavos per liter, and kerosene prices will be slashed by 60 centavos per liter. The price adjustments come a week after local oil firms hiked the prices of gasoline, diesel, and kerosene by up to 1 peso and 50 centavos per liter. The Northeast monsoon or amihan season may end this week and usher in warmer days. To tell us more, joining us live is Pag-asa weather specialist Grace Castañeda. Miss Grace?
Yes, good evening po sa ating lahat. Sa kasalukuyan nga po nakaka-apekto pa rin ng amihan dito sa bahagi ng Luzon, ngunit unti-unti na nga po nababawasan yung epekto nito dito sa ating bansa. So in the coming days po ay makakaranas na nga po tayo ng medyo mainit na panahon, lalong-lalo na sa tanghali. At sa kasalukuyan naman, yung LPA na minomonitor natin ay huling namataan sa layong 530 kilometers east-southeast ng Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur na nanatili pong mababa yung chance nito na maging bagyo. Ngunit kita natin magdudulot pa rin ito ng mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan sa ilang bahagi ng Mindanao, partikular na yan sa Caraga at Davao Region. So pag-iingat po para sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa posibilidad ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. Samantala, meron din tayong mararanasan ng mga pag-ulan na dulot naman ng amihan sa bahagi yan ng Cagayan Valley, Cordillera Administrative Region, maging sa mga lalawigan din ng Aurora at Northern Quezon. At sa nalalabing bahagi naman po ng ating bansa, kasama na dyan ang Metro Manila ay magiging bahagyang maulap hanggang maulap yung kalangitan or generally fair weather condition pa rin po yung ating mararanasan. Maliban na lamang yan sa mga chance pa rin ng mga isolated na mga pag-ulan. Sa bahagi po yan ng Visayas and sa the rest of Mindanao dulot ng mga localized thunderstorms, and also meron din tayong mararanasan ng mga may hinang pag-ulan or pag-ambon na dulot naman ng amihan dito sa Metro Manila at sa nalalabing bahagi pa ng Luzon.
Miss Grace, kailan natin masasabi na pumasok na tayo doon sa tinatawag nating tag-init?
Sa kasalukuyan po, continuous monitoring pa rin po tayo. And nakita nga natin kapag panahon po ng amihan, yung hangin po natin is galing dito sa mainland China. But pag ito po ay nag-move na pa eastward, papunta nga po yan sa North Pacific, kung saan yung hangin natin is mostly manggagaling na sa dagat Pasipiko, is nakita nga po natin na posible na po yung pagsisimula ng tag-init. So usually po, ang tag-init natin nag-start second half po yan ng March.
That is Pag-asa weather specialist Grace Castañeda joining us live. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Irvin Santiago ng Bandera. Irvin?
Hi Neil at sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Ito na nga ang latest Bandera Chika. Inisa-isa ng award-winning young actor na si Elijah Canlas ang mga qualities na nagustuhan niya sa kanyang girlfriend na si Miles Ocampo. Isa sa mga katangian ni Miles na talagang hinahangaan niya ay ang pagiging old soul nito at ito raw ang dahilan kaya sila nagkakasundo sa maraming bagay. Partikular na tinukoy ni Elijah ang palaging pagbibigay sa kanya ng letter ni Miles na bihira na nga ginagawa ngayon ng mga couples. At syempre, hindi rin daw siya nagpapatalo sa dalaga dahil marami na rin siyang naibigay at naipadalang sulat sa aktres. Isa naman sa wish ni Elijah ay ang makasama sa isang project si Miles Ocampo very soon.
Unang-una yung pinakauna, yung pagiging old soul niya. Nahilig siya magsulat ng mga letters.
So marami siyang letters.
Pati mga music na pinapakinggan niya. Mas marami po yata akong letters sa kanya. Competitive. Pero, yeah, yung pagiging old soul niya. And then eventually, nung mas nakilala ko siya, I found out that she was the kindest human being. You know, she's super passionate about what she does. And super humble. And at the same time, dami nga siyang insecurities na tinatry ko nga itulungan siya to get over it. And I feel like, especially now with all the recognition that she's getting, mas nagkaka-confidence na siya. Masaya lang. Mas masaya lang. And especially kung nagtutulungan kayo sa trabaho. Kasi nobody knows our job more than each other. Kasi we're both actors, we're both artists. And siya, mas nandun siya sa mainstream side, yung na-experience niya her whole life. Ako naman nandun sa art side, sa indie side. So, siya, gusto niya explore yung indie. Ako, gusto ko explore yung mainstream. So, sakto-sakto. Nagtutulungan po kami.
At yan ang Bandera Chika natin today. Thanks, Neil.
Maraming salamat, Irvin. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Catch Inquirer Today live weekdays at 6 p.m. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.